this is the place where they grow the immersed set of plants. We've just seen the tissue culture lab. Over here, I believe you have 8 greenhouses like this.
Yes, yes.
So like this particular greenhouse which we are going to enter, there are 8 other greenhouses. Where how many plants are you raising? I mean, how many different species over
Here,
here?
as I said, we have about 100 to 150 plant species which is there in the production. But here there are more collections we have.
Okay.
So apart from that 150 what is there in production, we have another 150 plants which is there in the in the greenhouses, where
Okay.
we can expect it to come out in future.
Right. So for those hobbyists who would prefer to have immersed plants, and those can go into paludoriums, terrariums, or even in your aquariums. The immersed set of plants will undergo a change when they are submerged, and we'll understand all of that.
Yes.
And I think the transition itself is amazing. But I'm going to stop talking. And Doctor, over to you. Let's
Yes.
take a look
Now
inside.
let's enter the greenhouse. So as we enter, I'll just explain or go through what is happening in the greenhouse.
Go ahead. Oh wow! So from a very controlled environment in the tissue culture lab, where I think the temperature would have been set at what, 20 degrees or lower than that?
Here it's a different
Here
scenario.
it's completely
yes,
different.
yeah, actually this see, to tell the basic thing about the greenhouse. So all the 8 greenhouses what we mentioned, is equipped with automated humidity and the temperature controlling system here.
Right.
So with the sensor based.
Right.
So once the temperature goes above 30, here we maintain a temperature of about around 30 degrees here.
Right.
So once the temperature goes up, the cooling
sprinklers
pad
will
and the
start,
fan comes on.
Wow.
So it makes the temperature or the environment inside cooler.
Right.
And there is also the fogging system which is also connected to that.
Right.
The fogging also comes on when the humidity actually falls down. We maintain about 80% always, on an
Right.
average of 80% humidity here inside the greenhouse.
Right.
So once it falls down, then the foggers come on and they build in the humidity inside. So that way both the temperature as well as the humidity is maintained in the greenhouses.
Right. Are we in danger of the sprinklers coming on right now?
Yeah, the sprinklers, they basically work on the timers actually. These sprinklers, what you see, the plastic one, is basically to fertilize these plants. This here, what we can see is most of the aquatic plants, aquatic ferns are spread across in this greenhouse.
Right. So I see these Java ferns over here.
Yes.
Okay, but I also see that you have the leaf trimmings
Yes.
kept over here. They're floating and they are
This
giving off
actually is
offshoots.
Yes. This actually is a conventional way of propagating these ferns.
Right.
As you can see, the mature leaf, these mature leaves will have the spores
Right.
on them.
Right.
And once you put into the right condition and the right, the fertilizer or the media,
Right.
so they sprout and then they give out these plantlets. So these plantlets are again taken and potted and then made them grow, and then again it goes into the market.
So typically, how many days does it take?
It takes about 6 to 8 weeks
6
for
to
the
8
plant
weeks, yeah?
from this stage to almost to come up to this particular stage.
Okay.
What we can see here, this particular
Wow.
stage.
Awesome. Great.
So we can just go through and
Yes,
we
please.
can see some more species.
Is this
The Anubias butterfly.
Gracilis?
Yes,
No, this is
the Anubias butterfly.
butterfly, huh?
Yes.
The Anubias butterfly is beautiful. Huh? Wow. Which is this variety?
This is the Bulbitis hedilodi.
Oh, this is Bulbitis. It looks so different
Yes.
when it's grown up this
Yes,
way.
this is the smaller version.
Yeah, so I'm used to seeing it like this, but look at this full grown. Awesome.
Again, we have this Java fern, so which is grown in the pots.
So this particular section you have mostly the ferns itself.
Ferns, yes. This whole greenhouse is actually dedicated, for the ferns.
Are these needle leaves?
This is Microsorum narrow leaf.
Narrow leaf.
Yes.
Okay. This needle leaf will be difficult to grow outside. Okay.
So this is the trident, Microsorum.
Yeah. So this is Vindaloo, right?
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah. So the spores are over here,
Yes.
right, underneath.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These are the spores.
Right.
So as it matures more, the spores become more prominent and they
Right.
get mature. So
Right.
these leaves are picked up and then they are thrown into that
Right.
kind of
For
media.
propagation,
Yes,
huh?
for propagation.
Okay. Is this trident?
Trident, yes.
So this is trident. The reason it's called trident is like a trishul. You see the leaves over here. So it's called a trident. Wow, this is so nice.
So initially, actually, we faced a lot of challenges growing these ferns, especially as you can see, they were not growing as luxuriantly as what it is now.
Oh,
So over the years, we have learned, the parameters, what they need. We worked on that, and then we've achieved this kind of growth. So
is this also trident? Or is this
trident needle leaf,
a trident needle leaf?
narrow leaf.
Wow. This is the first time I'm seeing this.
This you can have the comparison next to each other. This is the normal. This is the narrow leaf.
You can see the thinner leaves over here as in comparison to this one. Okay. Fantastic. Let me see if I can know this quite well rooted. Yeah, you can just help me with that. There you can see the comparison between the leaf sizes. This is the needle leaf one, this is the narrow leaf variant. Oh wow.
We have little moss here, but we have a dedicated greenhouse for the moss growing as well.
They have a dedicated greenhouse only for mosses. That's awesome,
This is Balbitis heterociliator.
right? What's over here?
This is all the mother stock actually what we have on this top section what you can see. So plants are usually, as you can see, these are grown on the pebbles like this.
Okay.
So which gives lot of aeration for the rhizomes
Right.
to develop nicely.
Would you recommend this in an aquarium as well?
No, aquarium as such, the soil or the media is actually well
Okay.
designed for that.
Okay.
So that will be better.
Okay.
So usually these plants go on an epiphytic kind of thing in the
Right.
layout actually.
Yeah, so
it's
either
better
it's on
grown on
driftwood or a
yes,
rock.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I love to place them on small rocks which I can then move around.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it
yes,
makes
yes,
it
right,
very nice.
Right.
Okay. That's a beautiful rock. And the sprinklers are coming on?
Yes,
What?
they're working on time now. I think the time is on.
Yeah,
so
the sprinklers are coming on. And I just hope we are safe. Okay.
So this is the Microsorum Thailand species Thailand, the mother stock actually.
Wow. Look at the size of the leaves over here. This is Microsorum Thailand. Look at the root system. The rhizomes have really enmeshed together.
Yes.
So we have come to the second greenhouse, and this is where the stem plants are grown. So over to you, Doc.
Yes, see this, the working is similar to what we saw in the other greenhouse also. The temperature and the humidity is maintained here. Then we have different kinds of stem plants and the carpet plants that are growing here. So this greenhouse here basically works on the hydroponics, which was one of the thing that we started, one of its kind in the beginning.
Okay.
When people had hydroponics in the papers, but we had it working already here about 10 years back. So the entire here plants here are growing in this process called as the hydroponics, wherein we add some fertilizers there in the back in the tank, and then it is circulated on these trays, what you can see here, with a timely basis of
So
1 hour on and off.
Is this water flowing slowly, because I don't see it?
What happens is when the pump gets on, so 1 hour the water trickles down into the
Okay.
tray,
Okay.
and then they flow back into the tank. What happens is it gives a nice room for the root zone to have that oxygen content also.
Right.
So it makes the plant grow better.
Right.
That is what we're following here.
So this is what, a clover?
This is Marsilia crenata.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. It's grown so big. Usually we are used to seeing it as a carpet plant.
Correct.
Okay, and
So actually there is two things, as most of them know already. When it comes to the aquatic plant, there is the submerged and the
Correct.
emerged growth.
Correct.
Now what we see is the emerged growth, which will be little different one
Right.
what we've seen in
Right.
the submerged.
right, and this is Pogastumon.
Yes, Pogostumon.
Is it erectus or what?
Stellatus does.
Stellatus. Okay. Wow. Okay. Just help us with the names as we go along.
This
okay?
is the Ludwigia repens. Then
Is this the super red variety?
no,
or-
this is the
okay.
normal green variety.
Right. Because
So-
if you the super red is
Super
the
red,
one
yes.
that we really love, because and the transition of the leaves, from
Correct.
green to
Correct.
the wonderful red
Correct,
color that
correct.
we see, the wine red color, it's
Correct.
really amazing.
Correct. This is another red plant, Ludwigia glandulosa. Again, this gives that red color in the Nature Aquarium.
This is glandulosa.
Glandulosa. This is Hydrocotyle tripartita, again a carpet plant.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
Nice
Ludwigia arcuata narrowleaf.
Arcuta, okay.
Yes.
These leaves transition to nice brown pointy leaves.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So
Okay.
this is the Rotala fujian.
Rotala fujian.
Yes. So here we have this Echinodorus stenalis, and we
at
have
the
one
flowers.
surprise here.
Ah,
The biophytum sensitivitum is growing here with the seed somewhere. So it's a nice jungle plant, actually, nice for the terrarium. This is the
take a low
biophytum.
shot.
So this biophytum, nice terrarium plant.
So this is not a pure aquatic plant. is it?
This is yes, semi-aquatic, the Hemigaphus rependa.
Correct. Because I used to have this in my biopods and terrariums.
Yes. It's not an aquatic, actually. It's a semi kind
Correct, correct.
of good for terrariums and the
Roots need to be
paludariums.
wet,
Yes,
but
yes.
otherwise it's a beautiful plant. Nice flowers that it gives off. Oh, I've reached a dead end.
So,
I'm going to come from over there. Go ahead.
so these are again some plant. This is the Starogine repens tropica. That is again the mother stalk we've spread across here, and this is the potted version here. So this is how it is actually shipped to the local the domestic market. Then the Marsilia, what we saw there. This is the actual, prepared for the domestic market. It goes in this format.
But once it is submerged, it will give off shorter stems,
yes,
right?
Yes,
Okay.
right. This is Rotala Wallichi.
So in terms of popularity these days, is it the ready to plant versions, or is it the tissue culture? What do you see?
So, yeah, it depends on the scaping, the scaper, what he wants in
Right.
his layout. It doesn't matter whether it is a greenhouse plant or a tissue culture
Right.
plant. So you have to see how how
What's-
you're planning
yeah.
the layout. Then accordingly you can choose either the greenhouse
Yeah,
or
and
the
how
tissue
much
culture.
patience one
Yes,
has,
yes, yes, right. So I personally don't find any difference between this, but again it depends on the scaper what exactly he
Right.
wants to choose. He
So
or
once
she.
you submerge, typical time that it takes for the new leaves to emerge, the old leaves to go and the new leaves
Okay.
to emerge, what do you say, what do you observe? Is it like 2 to 3 weeks?
You mean in the submerged?
The transformation to take place from, an
Again,
immersed
it
from...
depends on the condition what you give in the nature aquarium also matters.
Mhm.
So there are so many other parameters,
Mhm.
as I told you, the water quality, then the pumping CO2, the light. The light definitely matters. So it takes about, the new leaves, as I told you, those fast growing stem plants, they just start up with the submerged leaf. As soon as you plant them, maybe about 2-3 weeks
Right,
once you plant them. So it's like that.
right. Okay, so we are competing with the exhaust fan for sound, so let's move ahead.
So this is the Liliopsis brasiliensis, again a nice carpet plant.
Correct, yeah.
This is Bacopa Madagascar. And this is the Cypress aspen.
Do you also have the Helferi?
Yes.
Okay.
So this Hygrophila dwarf compacta.
Yeah. This grows very well, and then it wants to come out of the
Correct.
tank also.
Correct.
But it gives a very good, makes a very good background plant,
Yes.
especially if you want something that is emerging out of the aquarium.
This is again Hydrocotyle
Hydrocotyle.
leucocephala.
It's quite huge leaves and all. But this is because of the spray that is in.
yes.
This is great. What do we have that side?
Again, there are some different kinds of rotalas and different. That is a rotala pink, and then this is again rotala, which is Wainard. Then that is the rotala HRA there. So actually, these are all spread across. This is all for the export purpose. Actually,
Okay.
What you can see is spread across is we take out the stalks, and then the leaf is taken out. So the definite size of the mentioned by the clients are taken.
Right.
And the leaves are taken off, and they're shipped into packed into packet of hundreds. Then they shipped.
No, so are you only shipping the stems?
Yes, right.
But you just now mentioned that you take off the leaves also?
Yes, only for the export purpose.
So only the stems are
Yes.
sent out, huh? Okay, I didn't know that. That's learning.
Again, the Cypress aspen just spotted recently.
Wow. And that grows as big as that?
Yes, right.
We have some hair grass also over there,
Yes.
Heliocaris.
Yes, Heliocaris parvula. We can see some in the other greenhouses also. This is a rotala, rotundifolia green.
Okay. Hemigraphis?
Hemigraphis colorata.
Okay.
Again, a semi-aquatic.
Correct, correct. Again, good for a terrarium or a paludarium setup.
Eleucharis vivipara, the long hair grass.
The long hair grass.
Then
Which
the
are these?
This is the Styrogan repens tropica.
Oh yes, you know, my favorite carpet plant, but over here they are growing so tall, it's hard to recognize them. Great.
This is actually the Rotala rotundifolia blood red. So you can see here how the different it
Correct.
is looking here in the emerged condition.
And once they are
goes,
submerged,
yes.
they are completely different.
Yes,
The
they become that
transformation.
blood red. The super red, the Ludwigia super red.
Yes, so this is I was talking about. So they become wine red, and they're beautiful plants. Beautiful.
It's the Limnophila aromatica stem plant.
Do you get a whiff of the aroma? It's
Yes,
called
yes,
aromatica.
yes, right. You can feel it.
Oh, I don't know. Ever since COVID, my sense of smell has taken a toll. Okay, great, Doc. So this is the second one. What are the others having?
So we have mosses growing there and some anubias growing there. We will just visit them.
Let's look at that as well.
Take a look.
Thank you. Thanks. So this is where the mosses are kept.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So actually here you can see a different kind of setup here. On the top we have the plants growing in the hydroponics, and the lower section what you can see we have the mosses growing in the below the lower side where we have different kinds of mosses
That's
growing.
such a beautiful carpet over here.
Maybe we can have a look at. Yeah, this is actually the entire thing here is the peacock moss what you can see here.
That's such a beautiful carpet.
So here we have the spiky moss growing in this entire row.
So this is peacock moss and that's spiky moss.
Yes.
Which are the plants growing on top?
So this is actually the Rotala Nanjin. Then we have this carpet plant that is Hemianthus Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo. Okay.
Then again the same Monte Carlo here spread across this full lane. Then this is the normal Ludwigia arcuata. The one we saw was the narrow leaf. Here it's the normal broadleaf one.
So the broadleaf arcuta.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the hair grass over there.
The
as
hair
well.
grass, yes. Then we have the glossostigma here.
So we have the exhaust fans which have come on now. That's
Yes,
where
right.
you are hearing the background sound.
Yes.
If you could just show the huge exhaust fans, and these are all automatically.
Yes, right. Okay. So once the temperature goes up, based on the what set temperature outside in the panel, then they come on.
Right. This is
This
Cuba.
Hemianthus, yes, Caltricoides Cuba.
So this is Cuba. We saw Monte Carlo. Look at the carpet. This is again
This
Honda.
is again the tripartita.
Okay.
This again is the spiky moss here. You can see one more. This side is the peacock moss.
Yeah.
On my left is The spiky on my right is the peacock moss.
This is like green gold. So is this also mostly, is this also planted for export and all?
Yes, some of them, yes, correct. Yes, most of them are for the export market.
Right.
Only the potted version what you see will be for the domestic market.
So the potted versions are for the domestic
Yes,
market?
as well as it is both.
Sure.
Some spread across in the trade directly will be only for the export.
Okay. Wow, the sprinklers have come out.
Yes, this is what the fogging I was talking about.
Okay.
This fogging is actually, yes, again to build up the humidity. So what happens is fan is pulling out the entire air from the greenhouse. What will happen automatically, the humidity also comes down. So now once the temperature comes down, then the fan in the patch system goes off. This will continue to run, build up the humidity inside, and then they go off. It's like that.
So you're right. So over here I don't see the sprinklers, but I am seeing
it
the
is a fogging. Yes,
system.
that builds the humidity here within the greenhouse.
Wow, it's great.
So as you can see, the humidity is achieved maybe so that it went off. So again it will come on, depending on the required set humidity level.
So we have seen now the tissue culture plant lab and the immersed setup in those greenhouses, and this is a place where they have showcased these aquariums full of these plants, and it's also a place where they test them out, you see them in their actual conditions, under actual aquarium conditions. So beautiful aquarium set up over here, and I'm going to ask our cameraman to kind of just take a look around, just show you around this very nice place that they have set up over here. A lot of school children come over here during their visits, and they are introduced to aquariums, they are introduced to the plants, they are introduced to how these intermingle and play a vital role in our ecosystem. So this is a very nice place where one can relax, enjoy the beauty of nature aquariums. I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed covering it up and making this. It's such a wonderful story when you look at what they have achieved today. Stillwater Aquatics today is a well-known name across the globe, and it's a made in India story, and I am awfully proud of that, and I think we all should. Thank you so much for joining us.